What's up, guys? Welcome to Sci-Fi September. Like we covered last week's very important sci-fi movie, Scarface. This week we're covering another movie. We don't have Pablo or William. I forgot his name. It's been so long since he's been on the podcast. It's only been one episode, guys. But yeah, welcome to the Bomb Squad. I'm Andrew Hara. These are my movies. You can't see anything. I'm here with my sometimes producer
This is the
Joshua.
movie I made, The Brutalist. I'm Brady Corbett.
Oh yeah, he was the AI artist.
I'm a bad person.
And today we're talking about a film that was very popular. It even got a sequel. We're talking about 1995's Species, a movie that everyone in our teens knew. But when we come back from this commercial, we're going to talk all the species. I don't really have a hook for this movie. Well, anyway, we'll get into it.
I got stuff.
Commercial time. See you guys in a second. Thank you so much for joining us on the Bomb Squad. Please give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support our channel, other than that, the best way to do it right now is to watch our movies. We have the boxing documentary Humble Spirits. We have the Mexploitation thriller Borderland about missing cartel money. Those movies are both on Tubi. Also on Tubi and Screambox, you can watch the zombie drama, The Last Ones, and of course, The Empty Space, a cosmic horror about grief and loneliness. We hope you enjoy those movies. Tell us what you think if you do watch them. And of course, you can always follow my other YouTube page, which is my shorts page, to see some short films, or just join us here. Thank you so much again, and please keep supporting the channel. Wow, guys, what a cool commercial. I know that you wanted to now watch our movies. I want to watch one right now, or at least put it on so I get paid. But yes, today we're talking about 1995 Species, directed by Roger Donaldson, written by Dennis Feldman. What are these names? It stars... Oh, and also had creature designs by H.R. Geiger, who is kind of the most important part of this production, if we're being honest. It was one of the last movies that Geiger worked on. But anyway, it also stars... Oh, yes, the other most important part. The late, great... Micheal Madsen is in this movie. He's the star of this movie. It also stars Ben Kingsley. It also stars Alfred Molina. I know what you're thinking right now. Why is this cast so good? This movie has to be good. Well, we'll get into it. Forrest Whitaker and Natasha Henstridge plays the species herself. Oh, also, well, we'll talk about it. There's a surprise cast in this film as we get into it.
Oh, yeah.
But before...
The children... Yeah.
Before we do that, Josh, why don't you tell us what this movie is
about? So it kind of drops you into it pretty quick how Earth scientists have captured a species. We don't. They never use a name, so we're just going to call it the species.
Yeah. And
it gets out, and they're like, "Oh no, it's like." Becoming an adult and also could take over the world. We have to catch it. So it's mostly them trying to catch it as it learns how to like grows from like a child to an adult very rapidly. That's kind of the hook of the film.
Well, we're 10 seconds in and Josh already got a major thing wrong. They don't capture a creature. The creature sends a message. That's like the coolest part of this whole movie, even though it's very quickly brushed over. So the idea is that aliens sent us this genetic
You're right, actually. Yes.
And so instead of making first contact, because the writer Dennis Feldman, he had read another book by Arthur C. Clarke, who wrote 2001 and all the terrible sequels. And so what Arthur C. Clarke says, it would be hard for them to travel across universes just because of space travel might be impossible. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, maybe what they could do is send us a radio signal. And so the idea is that this alien species has sent us a radio signal, a genetic code, and once they put it together, it created this kind of hybrid of human
and alien. They say it's like, DNA. Oh, this will make a limitless fuel. But they're like, well, let's test it first.
Yeah, they did. The aliens did lie to us, and they're like,
hey, it's really good, wink.
They're like, hey, why don't you try this Trojan horse?
Do you know I got it wrong, though? Because I did also watch Species 2 this morning, and that movie literally opens with them just finding the creature on Mars. So within seconds, the second movie contradicts the first one
Yeah. Also,
entirely.
why would
So
they be on Mars? Okay, so anyway, so then it grows up to be like 11 years old, but then they kind of get worried about because it's very strong and very smart and very fast. So they're kind of worried about letting it go or like letting it grow up, and so they decide to terminate it. And also, might I add, the main scientist is played by Ben Kingsley, and so he's like the one who figured her out, and he like loves her, and he's like, "I love you still, but also I have to murder you." And so she's like, "Oh no, don't murder me!" And he's like, "I'm sorry." But then she busts out and she leaves. And also, oh, and she's aging rapidly. Yeah, Josh talked about it, but yeah, she's a. This is like within 3 months, she's 12 years old. And so she takes off, and then he's like, "You know what I need to do? I need to create a kind of X-Men team, an X-Files men
a
team
crack team. Well,
of
this is
superheroes."
the kind of conceit, and because the reason they're like, oh, let's like splice it with female DNA, is they're like, oh, females are more like docile and controllable, and the whole
Yeah.
movie is kind of like, oh, everyone underestimates women, and like,
Well,
that's
Michael
kind of how
Madsen,
she.
yeah, because Michael Madsen plays the main guy that he hires to catch Sil.
Preston
Sil is the name of the girl,
Lennox.
and he hires 3 other people. But yeah, so when they say that thing about docile, he goes, "Not the girls I've been around, Doc." And it's like that's his whole role. He's playing the heart. Oh, let me just add. You think that this cast is insane? Originally, before Michael Madsen, the person who's going to play that role was Arnold Schwarzenegger, but they couldn't match his quote. But he was very interested in being in this movie. And once you see that, you're like, okay, these lines make a lot more
That's
sense
it's a very Arnold
coming
role.
from
Although
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
the funny thing is, and this is almost like this is almost like the movie's like a clash of like different influences, because you kind of have the H.R. Geiger like designs are doing like a lot of heavy lifting of like this like unreality. Um, but the team they assemble, other than Michael Madsen, are all just like, oh, she's a scientist. He's like an empathy researcher. And this guy's like studies like animal
Yeah,
anthropological like
they haven't.
phenomenons.
So
It's
Alfred
yeah,
Molina plays the anthropologist.
anthropology. Yeah,
There's a molecular biologist. That's the girl, Lauren Baker. I don't know who her actress is. She looks familiar though.
it's Mark Helgenberger, which
Oh
is a
yes,
difficult name to say.
she's been on. Yeah, I didn't even try. She's been on CSI since
But
forever. But she's
but
in here. And then yeah, Forrest Whitaker plays what's called an empath. But apparently, this movie thinks that an empath is just a psychic man with psychic
he'll
powers.
just like look at someone and be like, that guy's
Yeah,
afraid. No,
yeah,
but what I do like about that is if you ever read any H.P. Lovecraft stories, if there's ever a research team, they never have any like competent soldiers. It's always just like, here's 4 college professors
yeah.
went to the Antarctic, and it's like kind of funny to see how much time the movie devotes to these scientists just kind of arguing about anthropology versus like action, which is almost why you're like, oh, why did you spend so much time on this when it's just about shooting at an alien, But I do
Yeah.
think it's almost like interesting they tried.
H.P. Lovecraft wouldn't be having any Forrest Whitakers in any of his stories. I'll tell you that
Well, an
much.
updated,
But yeah,
friendly
he
HP
like goes up to
Lovecraft.
Michael Madsen. He's like, "You're a dangerous man." It's like that's not empathy. That's just you being psychic, buddy. And also, it never comes into play. It never helps, except for like one time when he touches a door and he's like, "Oh, she's in there." It's like, all right, I don't even care. I like when movies add magic for no reason just to do it. It's always a fun time. So
That
anyway, they're like, "Go find her," and then so Sil, and then also Sil when she's like 12 years old. It's played by Michelle Williams, the famous Michelle
yeah,
Williams from
she
Dawson's Creek
it's
and
kind of like
Brokeback Mountain.
running parallel to them trying to find her. It'll just be like her on a train, and like she looks like a little girl, so people are being like kind of nice to her,
Yeah,
trying to figure out like basic behavior. Like they give her a banana and she just bites into it without peeling it and stuff. And it's like,
yeah,
oh, it's kind of a funny like fish out of water thing.
yeah. And then she
So
turns into a cocoon and violently murders that nice train conductor lady.
I know. Talk
And
about
she
owns.
eats her. But then it's funny because so like the train conductor lady who was nice to her earlier, she like goes up to the cocoon and she's like, "Darling, what is this?" And it's like, okay, it's a cocoon. Like even if you don't know it's a cocoon, it's like a big scary thing. I wouldn't be putting my face into it.
I can't think
But
of any
anyway,
customer service job where I'd see a pulsating cocoon and be like, I'm just gonna
yeah.
like deal with this as part of my role.
I'd be like, you know what, I quit. Like this job ain't worth it. And so then it grabs her and takes her, and then the next thing we see is now still is played by Natasha Henstridge. She's full aged. Um, and then like they show Micheal Madsen and the team like finding the train. They're like, oh my god, she's grown bigger. Even though at no other point in this movie did she need a cocoon to get bigger. Now she needs one, and we found it anyway. And then they
Yeah,
like find the train conductor lady, and her face is just covered in blood. Like what happened? Did they not like? They should have not even shown the body. They should have just shown like half of it if they didn't have the money. Because now I'm even more confused. Like, what did still do to her? He just cut her a lot
they
in
really
the
keep it
head.
vague as to how she kills people and like what she's just kind of whatever it needs to be.
Yeah. Well,
I-
yeah, she has a bunch of magic powers. But then like I thought that she would have eaten that lady for substance so she could get bigger. So they should have shown her like as a skeleton or something, but maybe they didn't have it. Maybe they didn't
it's
have it in the budget.
yeah, but
Um
after she's an adult, all she wants to do is get pregnant.
yeah.
That's her main goal, but she
Yeah.
keeps basically she's a very attractive woman, so that's kind of
Right.
like the running thing of the movie is just anyone that will hit on her. But she
Just how
keeps finding
extremely easy
something
it is.
wrong with like the different
Yeah.
like genetically.
She
She's like
goes off with this rocker, the first guy, because she goes to a club.
yeah
She goes to a club, and it's so funny because like this other girl like steals the guy that she wanted, and then they're in the bathroom, and she's like, "All's fair in love and war, honey," and then still murders her. Oh, she pulls out her spine,
yeah it
but it was
is.
like, and then she ends up going home with someone else. But I was like, well, why didn't you just go back home with the guy? What was the point of murdering this lady?
Well,
It's fine.
she doesn't totally understand. So she's like, and that's kind of almost like every time, after every few minutes, it'll come back to the team being like, as an anthropologist, I think she's in her like mating stage where she's really aggressive towards other females. Like
Oh, that's
they're always just
right.
kind of telling you, but
The
in this
movie's
weird way,
teaching us
like the
things.
movie both shows and tells, but you're like, why are you telling me what you just showed me? That's almost the
Yeah.
problem with the movie is like, is this a grindhouse thing or are you making a real like anthropology like
See, I think it's
high
fun
stakes
that
thing? You
it's
know?
kind of like in The Martian where they're like, all this is based on real science. It's like, yeah, but what if Alien was a sex pot?
Yeah.
And so then she goes home with the guy, and she's like, I need to go home now, and he's like, no, I'm a random male character in a '90s movie, so I'm a rapist too.
No,
Um,
she's actually. It's because she finds his insulin, and she's like
I know. Well,
diabetic.
that's
Uh,
after.
oh,
That's
right.
after the scene that
Because
I'm
she's just gonna
talking about.
leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You went back to describe the scene I just described to get us to the point. So now you have to finish it from when she wants to leave and he tries to rape her.
You know, she's having none of it, so she no she pretends she's into it, and he's like, oh, being a rapist paid off,
Yeah, I figured it out right away.
and then she shoots her tongue through the back of his head,
Yeah.
instantly killing him.
Like an alien, but with a tongue.
She has a lot of tongue based powers.
I think this is the only tongue based thing she. Oh, does she use her tongue later? I think she
It's more
just
like
uses
it'll kind of
tentacles.
come out and be like,
Yeah,
like
she
when
does
she's
have
full
a tongue.
species.
Oh yeah, she does whip it around like a whip eventually. We'll get to it. And so then they come up to it and they're like, "Oh yeah, he either did heroin or he was a diabetic." And nobody's like, those are wild assumptions that are like both sides. And they're like, she must have known that he either did heroin or was a diabetic because she didn't accept him for being like good enough. He has to be perfect. And it's like, oh, okay. And then some other guy had gonorrhea or something, and she was like, he's not gonna be with her. She doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
she's just going around.
Yeah, which is it's like, hey, these are all good things.
It's also like I think okay, this is where she basically throws them off the trail by killing someone, but they're like, oh, that's probably her. That's probably her body.
Oh yeah, and she colors her hair.
Yeah, it's almost weird what she knows and doesn't know
Yeah,
socially.
like
It's
how would
very
she know that?
inconsistent. It's like,
And
oh, and she updated her social security number. She's
yeah,
off the grid.
and then at one point she's at a club and she sees Michael Madsen and she falls in love.
Yeah, she becomes obsessed with him.
Yeah, so she's trying to get with Michael Madsen, but also it's like, okay, if we're being honest, like Michael Madsen's like a weird mercenary guy. There's no way that guy's clean. I'm just gonna say it.
Like, he definitely
He,
has at least HPV, if not
yeah,
more.
he looks like Michael Madsen, so I had to draw my own conclusions. Um,
She's like, oh, this guy smokes cigarettes every day for 40 years.
yeah,
I'm just realizing now.
okay.
Although that wouldn't affect your genetics, though. So I guess it's more like, the movie didn't think about
It's
it. I
also
won't think
so
about it.
crazy that the alien fakes her own death. Like, what?
That's
Why
what
would the alien do that?
It's such padding because I was like, wait, why are they thrown
Yeah.
off the trail? And then I didn't realize, like, oh, that works.
Much like us right now, the movie really struggles to get to feature length. So then she falls in love with Michael Madsen and she wants to be with him, but then the other girl also, and like, here's the thing I don't
the
like.
girl doctor, the
Yeah,
biologist.
the biologist, Laura Baker is her name. Laura Baker is like, hey, we should get out of here and have sex because we did a great job and it's sex time. But it's like, up until this point, their relationship was mostly antagonistic. Like, it's not even in a flirty way. They just fundamentally don't agree on anything in the movie up until this
Right.
point. So it's like, why? And I feel like, again, I feel like Arnold had the charm to carry like he could have carried it, but I don't think Michael Madsen has that charm.
Yeah,
But
he's
then,
almost too scummy for it to like
yeah,
fully work.
he's too, like, he's not like a James Bond type secret agent. He's like a secret agent in like a real movie where like Tinker Tailor Spy, where they're like dirty and kind of gross, or Munich. But yeah, so she's like, let's go hook up, and then so Sil's like, oh my god, I'm so mad right now.
Oh, that's when she goes to sleep with Alfred Molina, which is funny because again, he looks so British. There's no way he doesn't have some sort of
Yeah.
chronic issue.
And also, they've been chasing this girl like the whole time. They pretty much know what she looks like. She doesn't look that different with brown hair. Like,
right.
she looks a little bit like she looks a little bit different, but you could tell it's the same person. But anyway, so then Alfred Molina's like, oh, really attractive girl who wants to have unprotected sex.
Right. Keep in mind, he knows everything about her.
He's been studying her for days anyway, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm totally down to hook up. Let's go to the bedroom. And so then they show him like back to back hooking up. And then it cuts to like the alien, like we see what the alien looks like, and the alien. If you know who H.R. Geiger is, H.R. Geiger is the guy who created all the designs in Alien. Xenomorph. He worked on Dune.
Yeah.
He had the xenomorph, the space jockey. All his creatures kind of look the same, so the species looks like if an alien,
a fleshy biomechanical. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an alien was a girl with really big breasts. Like,
which, if you ever look up H.R. Geiger art, 90% of it is this. It's just a woman with giant breasts who's also like has some mechanical stuff.
I imagine him doing the pitch of like him showing off the designs, and it's just like Dennis drawing women, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it's just like giant breasts and like you can't see a head or a body. That's how I feel H.R. Geiger pitched this movie. So anyway, so they're like, it's cutting to her, and it's very confusing because like in that 90s flashy way, doesn't make sense. But anyway, and then she's like, Alfred Molina, I'm pregnant. And Alfred Molina's like, there's no way for you to know that. I've completely forgotten why I'm here and what I've been doing for the last 3 days. And so then she's like, I am pregnant. And then he's like, what? And then she's like, I'm a monster. And she eats him. And then, and that's when Forrest Whitaker, like, he goes to the door and he's like, wait, she's in there. And I was like, he just has magic powers now. What's happening?
he's getting comfortable on the team, so his powers are growing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So well, and then she runs away and she goes and hides in the sewers.
And this is like, because again, like,
This movie
it
is like a series of like set
you
pieces
see,
that they barely connect.
you know, we didn't even cover because it's so strange to, and maybe okay, and this actually might be a before, like, who did it first, chicken or the egg. One of the random guys she kills, the reason he like meets her is because she's walking down the street wearing a bra because she thinks it's a shirt,
Oh
and
yeah.
gets in a car accident, and I'm like, that's literally the plot of a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, and I feel like they're wearing the same pink jacket, so whichever one came first.
I feel like Seinfeld would not have ripped off Species, but then again, what do I know? Because it was '96 and Seinfeld ran through most of the '90s, so
Yeah.
I'm almost certain this movie took that. Was like, what if we put the? That's what I'm saying. Like, totally, this movie is all over the place. And then when they
Yeah,
decide,
it's weird how serious it wants to take sex pot alien. Like, why
yeah,
though?
and they when
Why are
they
you
got
doing this?
like when they're chasing it into the sewer, like with like flamethrowers and grenades, but I'm like, but yeah, I saw a really good movie about them chasing aliens through a sewer with a flame. It's
Well,
aliens.
that's an
That's
interesting thing because originally they were gonna kill it with a flamethrower, but H.R. Giger actually fought them and told them not to do it. That's why she gets shot in the head with a shotgun.
like a million times. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, they chase her into the sewer, and then like first Whitaker like puts his hands like, "What's that?" And it's a baby, and he's like, "I think that's the alien baby," and it's like, "Well, yeah. I mean, what else would it be?" And also, he's already 10 years old. It's like you guys aren't even following your own movie logic.
Yeah.
But he's all sticky. Oh, and then like so then we see her giving birth, and I like the scenes where she's giving birth, every time they cut back to her, her breasts are bigger than they were before. And at one point, tentacles shoot out of her nipples and like they start choking Michael Madsen. It's like, what are we? You just spent the
That's
whole
what,
last
like,
movie like arguing nature versus nurture and whether like we should be making first contact with a possibly dangerous species. Now we're like in Attack of the 50-Foot Woman territory. Like this is a Roger Corman film.
it's such a shift. Yeah, and keep in mind the first 45 minutes to hour of this movie is mostly the scientists around like a dinner table debating like species stuff. Like, it's so slow, and then you're like, oh, and now it's a grindhouse, I guess. Like, it's a
Yeah.
weird. It really does just like bounce around very very.
And it's like it doesn't even really care because they kill out Ben Kingsley. Like they take so much time setting up Alfred Molina's death, and then they kill Ben Kingsley like in 10 seconds, even though he's kind of the main character of the film. And
He
that's
has
another
like
problem with this
the
film. It
most
doesn't
pathos.
have a main
Yeah.
character. Like it's kind of Sil, it's kind of Michael Madsen, it's kind of Ben Kingsley. You could even, I mean, there's a little bit of an argument that could even be the girl. I don't know. It's just like such a weird movie where
It's
like it doesn't really feel
yeah.
like they ever made it a movie.
It's like they had all the elements, but they didn't have an arc, and they're just like, let's just throw it together. You know,
I
it's
will say, even though the creature design is hilarious, when it's not redonkulous, it's pretty good when it like looks not as extravagant as he eventually gets it. But like it moves pretty well. It has some early CGI, but they kind of hide it in light or in darkness. Every time they put it in the light, though, it looks like Mortal Kombat. But at least they tried. It doesn't
they do.
look
Yeah,
terrible.
they do hide it pretty well.
Yeah, enough that
But
like most of the time you're like, hey, it looks pretty good actually.
I also think like most of the actors like are really great actors, so they kind of sell it more than you would like expect for a movie this like ridiculous. You know, like I
Yeah.
think they actually really
And
kind of carry it.
and to be clear, I mean the CGI doesn't look that good. The creature when it's like a costume or a puppet, it always looks cool. Like they should have just kept
Yeah,
it a
I
puppet,
mean,
but
the '90s CGI
it's the
was
90s like everyone was playing with CGI.
yeah. Even Jurassic Park has some real bad CGI shots right in the middle. So
I don't know about that.
The
But
running
yeah, and then
dinosaurs.
like oh, and then it ends with like a mouse eating like using its tongue to eat another mouse. But it's like that's not how this has worked so far. The whole movie, she was like focused on she had to get pregnant to continue the
Yeah,
species.
it
It can't just become like a virus. It
it
doesn't make sense.
just it's just the thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
and
say that Michael Madsen said this was one of his favorite movies. I think I can see why it would be
it's
one of his
probably
favorite
fun to work
movies.
on.
Well,
Yeah,
not only that, but it's like one of the only times where he's not playing like a psychopathic killer or like a low life loser. You know, gets to play the hero and he gets the girl and stuff. He does a good
yeah.
job, other than like he looks just like Michael Madsen.
Which is it's funny too. Not to like do like a full review of the sequel. Have you seen the sequel ever?
Yeah, I saw the sequel. It's terrible.
Like a long time ago.
They included a
It
man.
it weirdly they all both want it to be the thing because it like can infect people to become a species, but then it also has like they never decide which it is. And it's one of those where you're like, oh, this movie's a little inconsistent. Whereas that movie, in every new scene, it's like the species is a different like thing. Like it doesn't make. Sometimes it'll take over you and like hide in your brain so you don't know you're a species, and sometimes you're just a monster right away. It's nothing.
And then I feel like don't they kind of make Syl into a good girl, and then
They do the
she
like they're
doesn't
like
really do anything at
the
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 end?
funny thing is the way it starts. It's one of those movies where you're like, it's so complicated, whereas this one's really straightforward because like they've cloned her to be a good one and put her in an all-female science lab run by the girl from the doctor from this. But I was like, she kills so many women in the first movie that wouldn't work.
Right.
But she's kind of a good guy. Um, but then the one on Mars gets to Earth from an astronaut and just starts banging every woman he sees. So like, there's a bunch of species babies running around, and then about halfway through the movie, Michael Madsen's trying to like sell his like black ops thing to some like Arabic billionaires, and then this army guy comes up to him and says, and I quote, "Press, we got another fucking alien on the loose."
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, yay! But it never really gets good. It's the only ones that came back are him and the girl, who, by the way, the actress is Mrs. Brooks, Mr. Brooks's wife.
Yes, and
So,
also the only ones who came back is him, Natasha Henstridge, and Mrs.
oh
Brooks.
yeah, and Natasha Henstridge, of course. And then they keep being like, "Oh, is she good? Is she bad?" But in the end, she tries to sleep with the male species, and then they just shoot them. And then
And
they're
then
like,
she
"Oh,
lives and has a
that's
baby.
all over." And then, of course, like the hand comes up,
She's like, I have a baby.
and
I
I
just
guess they
remember
made
that
like
they were like,
four more sequels after that too, which I've
yeah.
never seen. But I
It's
assume,
also it's also very funny because like the sequel, like not to be super rude, but as we've explained, and this movie was very much marketed this way. This was like the sex alien movie. So it's very funny that like they're like, oh yeah, that movie did pretty good in the box office. I know what they want. They want a guy now. It's like I don't think you understand who your audience was on this
it's
first
very
movie.
the set like this one weirdly is pretty sedate. Like obviously she gets naked and sleeps with a lot of people, but the sequel is like he's going to strip clubs, he's hitting up
Yeah,
hookers. Like
and I remember
it's
that being
straight
specific.
grindhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
also
just
like this one is surprisingly pretty tame. It's also crazy how many movies in the 90s were about a sex pot alien because there's this one and then there was that Outer Limits episode with Melissa Milano where she pretty much it's pretty much the exact same plot where she's just going around sleeping with guys and she sucks out their souls or something.
yeah,
Um
the kind of succubus like
yeah. Oh, and then Life
mythos.
Force. There was also Life Force,
No, I never saw Life
which is
Force.
kind of
I
about
assume
the
it was
same
really good.
thing. No, it's not that good, but it is. Yeah, it's about space vampires, and the space vampire just happens to be the hottest British chick ever who gets naked a lot. So I
Right.
don't know why exactly this was uh like a thing. It's kind of like a weird genre. I don't know. I wouldn't even say Species is the best. I would say probably I like that Alyssa Milano episode, but also Life Force is okay. It's better than Species. I think the problem with Species is just like how do I put that? You can't be this serious with this ridiculous of an execution. Like once
Yeah,
H.R.
yeah.
Geiger like showed up and he was like, "Oh yeah, she got giant jugs." You got to be like, "Okay, we got to rewrite this whole thing."
That's
Like
why,
let's
like, I almost feel like Arnold would have like taken it to the next
and
level.
Arnold would have saved it if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Arnold, where are you? Um yeah. I don't know. It's all right. I would say check it out just to see his design. His designs are always cool. Everyone does a good job acting wise. It's not so much that it's terrible. It's just kind of bland, and you kind of want better for it.
You
But
almost, you're like, these actors are so good. I want them to have like really good material to like
yeah,
play off of. You know,
like
I
even
do
the
think
lady.
Forrest Whitaker is like good in every scene though, where he's like, I sense danger. You know,
Yeah,
like that. That's really
it's
great.
also funny because like even the CSI girl whose name I keep forgetting, she does a good job. So like even her, she does a good job. But like yeah, it's everyone. It's like you're getting Oscar-winning actors to be like, "Still stop having sex with that man." You know, like,
We also we didn't
why are
mention
you
this,
talking about
but
this?
I feel like Ben Kingsley starts the movie doing a Texan accent and gives up very
Yeah,
quickly.
Ben Kingsley seems to like. I feel like based on how much he is in the beginning of the movie and how much he is in the end of the movie, I feel like halfway through the movie, Ben Kingsley was like, "I'm not doing any more scenes. You got like 3 more scenes with me, and that's
Yeah.
it."
There
Be-
was like an Island of Dr. Moreau style, like, I'm driving off the set. You
yeah,
figure it
just,
out.
he just kind of disappears for a long period of time, and then just kind of shows up at the end because they're like, "We're not gonna finish this in a way that we have to kill you later. You're showing up." And also I like how I do like the idea of HR Geiger being like, we can't kill him like we did last time. We can't just set him on fire.
He's
They're
like, don't
like,
do it the way in my best movie you did
yeah.
it.
They're like, well, what if we just shoot him with the gun? He was like, yeah, that sounds good. I don't care. But yeah, it's a lot of. I mean, it can be fun. I would say watch it with friends that
Yeah.
you're comfortable watching a lot of nudity with. Don't watch it with your parents. But yeah, Species. Who would have thought? Also, oh, I will say the thing that kind of bums me out about Species is the idea is good, but even I was thinking about it. Like, I don't know where you would go with this idea. Like, they sent an alien to make like this is about the most interesting way you can go with it, but it's still kind of like
I think like
exploitative.
that's almost like the issue is that the sex alien thing isn't enough of a, like, whereas if you think about something like The Thing, it's not about what the alien wants because you just know the alien's bad. It's about who is one, and that's why
Yeah,
the movie's good. And this movie never really gets past like sex alien. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, it's not that crazy. I've
it's
seen
also like how don't I
great
know I don't want to
movies.
be married to a sex alien and have sex alien babies. Maybe they're really cool. I don't know. I mean, yeah, she seemed like a monster, but they kept shooting at her every time they saw her. That's not her fault. Like they always like. I think that's the other thing is that they're always like, "Oh, yeah, that baby that we tied up from a child and locked in a room and then tried to
Yeah,
murder
like
her. She keeps killing people. What the hell?" It's like, well,
yeah,
yeah,
we just tortured her, and now she hates us.
I
It's
know.
very strange.
How weird. We kept her in this prison that we an open air one, and now she's really pissed. Um, yeah, Species. It's an alright movie. Go check it out one of these days.
Yeah. Well, watch Alien and Aliens first, because
Yeah, watch
do
like you
do
probably
the
watch it in
best H.R.
Prometheus.
Geiger, and then be like, I'll also look at this too.
Listen, if you're watching Alien Earth, you're just watching anything that has these designs. So watch this one as well. It can't. It's not worse. It's not better than Alien Earth.
If
It's
you
not
enjoyed
worse.
Alien Romulus, your
Yeah,
standards are right where you need to be to love this
yeah. To
film.
love this
So
movie.
come on, give it a shot.
Yeah, and there's no AI, unfortunately, for your Alien Romulus fans, but there is nudity. So one of the
Yeah.
two. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week on the Bomb Squad.